It is a rather mild start to the morning. We got a lot of 40s and 50s. We are certainly cooler than where we were yesterday because of a cold front that was able to come through. And at least for the good majority of the morning, those winds are going to stay nice and calm. So if you have any errands that you want to be able to step out and do, I think the morning hours are really going to be a great time to do it, as we'll be able to keep a light breeze. But really, I think heading into the afternoon, especially late afternoon, early evening, that's when we're going to see those winds begin to pick up again, kind of similar to where we had yesterday. And we are beginning to trend a little bit cooler heading into the weekend. We're getting more of these windier conditions because we have a storm system that's right over us, and one of them is going to be able to bring a cold front as we head into Friday and Saturday, which will ultimately bring back some cooler temperatures across the region. Currently around 37 in Artesia this morning, 54 into Abilene, 50 over into San Angelo. We still have those wind advisories in effect for our western counties, but not into portions of that we saw yesterday into near Seminole and La Mesa. This time around, we don't even have those high wind warnings that were widespread yesterday. This time around, only into portions of the Guadalupe Mountains, where it is still going to be breezy, gusting up to near 80 miles per hour, but into the wind advisories, that's going to be nearly upwards of 55 miles per hour. Here's what I have for it, especially into those mountains. That's where we're going to see the higher gusts, especially for our western counties. That's where we also do have that red flag warning that is going to remain in effect until about 8 p.m. I think into the Permian basin, we'll have an elevated fire risk, but we're not included into the red flag warning. We'll see those gusts still around 35 to 45 miles per hour. And I think the more south and east that you go into portions of San Angelo and Abilene, we're going to keep those gusts upwards of 25 miles per hour, especially along into portions of the lower Trans-Pecos into the Presidio Valley. So at least heading in throughout much of the day for Wednesday, it's going to be rather windier, especially for our western counties. That's where we could still see the possibility of some blowing dust. Even we had a little bit of patchy dust into portions of the basin yesterday, and today is going to be cooler. We're going to keep the breeze a little bit into the overnight hours, and I think heading into Thursday morning, it's going to be a bit of a breezy start to the commute. We're going to have those gusts nearly upwards of 30 to near 35 miles per hour into the basin, even higher off into the west and towards the mountains. I think portions of San Angelo and Abilene, those winds are going to be a bit more calmer, especially even heading into Friday, but they'll begin to pick up again as we'll be able to have a cold front that will come through. But the Permian basin, we are still going to stick with the breezy conditions. So Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, it is rather still going to keep with this rather breezy pattern. But at least on the good news, if you're a fan of the cooler temperatures, we'll go from around 76 today to 59 heading into Sunday. So some cooler temperatures are going to be on the way, and even some very chilly mornings. At least for today, though, we're not going to see too much of those chilly temperatures. We're going to have a good amount of sunshine with a bit of those mid to high level clouds. We'll hit a high around 76 into Midland, 71 into Fort Davis, with around 80 into Robert Lee, and 78 over into Abilene. Working throughout the next 7 days, we'll cool off as we go on throughout the remainder of the week. Still keep a light breeze into portions of San Angelo and Abilene. The cold front will be breezy when it comes in Friday evening into around Saturday morning, with temperatures dropping back into the low to middle 60s towards upper 50s as we head into Sunday. Victor?